Hello and welcome. This is Ageless John teaching another Android Studio tutorial. Now, in the beginning of this grouping of tutorials about the templates, I had talked about there being three major groups of templates: the application templates, the activity template, and the other templates. And this is what we're going to be talking about today, the activity templates, because there's something you can do with the activity templates that is actually pretty standard. You add them to other activities, not to all of them, but to some of them. The major activity templates are the login, the setting, the blank, the full screen, and the master detail. What we're going to be looking in this tutorial is how to add the logon. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to change our old application that we created in the last tutorial, and we're going to include a login screen, and we're going to do that through the template process. So come in here, go to right click on the Java folder and go down here, activity, and we want to include a login activity. Login, that's fine, and then finish. Alright, now that puts a login activity there. Now, it would be nice if this worked automatically just like that, but it doesn't. I don't know why, but it doesn't. So actually, let me show you what happens when you do run it. And there, when you do run it, super exciting, absolutely nothing happens. So what you should learn from this error is that if something loads and it doesn't load correctly, because the login should load first, that tells you there's something wrong in the Android manifest, because that's what loads things first, is the manifest. So let's go in the manifest and look at it. So here we are in the manifest. Now let's look down here. Alright, so what we want to do, if we look through here, the first activity to come up is the main activity. We really want this to be the first activity, the login activity. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to copy and paste that up here, and then I'm going to come back down here and I'm going to delete this. Now, believe it or not, this actually doesn't do anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm just moving it for clarity's sake. Let's just say what we really need to do is we need to take this out of here and put it in here, and that's the activity. And that right there will load the login activity first, because I moved this intent filter inside the login activity. And to test that, we're going to run it. Yes, but before I do that, I want to point out that I inadvertently lost the application closing. So we need to close the application before we leave, because that will cause a major error. So there. Now we run it, and now we get the login screen first. Now if you want to test it, you come into here, your login activity Java, and these are your test passwords and logins. So we're going to put in foo example and hello, and once you've got those entered, you hit the sign and register, and surprise, surprise, yeah, nothing happens. So there's another thing that we need to fix, and we'll fix that next. So in order to get this to actually load right, what we're going to do is going to add one little piece of code in the, that one other thing. Protected void on post execute. What we're going to do is we're going to come down here, and it's on about line 331. And right here in this if statement, it says finish. We're going to put another line here, and we're going to put intent, and my intent equals new intent, and we're going to do a login activity this, dot this, comma, and I'm going to direct it to main activity dot class, close that, and then we need login activity dot this dot start activity and my intent. All right, now that should give us the majority of everything we need to get this up and running. One other thing that we need to do, of course, the last thing is I have to change a Boolean. So I'm going to look it up because I already know what it's called. Yeah, right here. We're going to turn this from true to false. And I'm going to change, and I am not going to put that one word on the web page. You just have to memorize it. But I will put this other section down here, copy and paste it into my web page so you can look it up. I keep forgetting what the password and logins are. And you can find them way up here at the top. Way up the top. About line 53, foo@example.com, hello. And we'll run it and enter that and see what happens. All right, we got it up and running. So we want to enter foo at example.com. Password is hello, all lowercase, and sign in or register. And it thinks for a second, and whammo slammo, there we go. That's our app. So there's the very basics of a login. Now, a lot of the aspects of this, I'll put some links up to some good resources, are quite a bit beyond the reach of a introduction tutorial to Android Studio, and delve rather deeply into Java and to some SQL stuff. So yeah, there's that option. But if you wanted to look around, you can find some very good tutorials out there and instructions on how not only to do your own password stuff, but how to attach it to the SQL, the SQLite, as well as how to use a Facebook login and the standard Google logins. So they're out there, but they won't be included in this basic tutorial. I'm just showing you the very fundamentals that you need in order to start. So it's been Ageless Don teaching another Android Studio tutorial. Hope you learned something, and I hope this is useful to you. Don't forget to subscribe and to thumbs up, and I'll see you around.